Meanwhile, the European Union has dismissed claims that the bloc is to blame for troubles in the local poultry industry. EU Ambassador to South Africa, Marcus Cornaro, says the EU's share of poultry imports is too small to cause any market disturbance.
It seems like a tough choice. Either upset relations with our biggest trading partner or watch the demise of our chicken industry. But while the European Union acknowledges that its poultry imports into SA have been rising since 2012, it says it's not to blame for the industry's problems and job losses.
70 to 75% of total production costs in South Africa are feed. That clearly a drought, when feed costs have risen to 30 by 50%, is an issue for any of the industry. You can add to that the high electricity prices. You can add to that sort of other inefficiencies which would undermine the competitiveness.
Europeans don't prefer boned chicken, so much of that is exported. The South Africa Poultry Association says close to 46% of poultry imports in the first half of last year came from the European Union. It says while the quality may be good, the chicken legs, thighs and wings sold at below cost is mere waste and threatens local companies and jobs.
Since we can produce a whole chicken much less than any of the EU countries, it's pretty much obvious that no EU exports come to South Africa if they're not dumped. 3 of the 10 countries that export to South Africa have been lawfully declared dumpers. So for as long as the EU believes in the rule of law, and I would really hope the EU does believe in the rule of law, they have to acknowledge they are dumpers, as simple as that.
A task team spearheaded by the Department of Trade and Industry, including local industry players, is working on recommendations to save the industry and jobs. But a solution must come sooner than later.
What is the trigger that will turn a decline, and a rapid decline, into a collapse? And it's if the banks stop funding the businesses because it doesn't make sense and it exposes them to undue risk.
A provisional safeguard duty of just under 14% on frozen bone-in chicken was imposed on the European Union by the government in December. The EU seeks to overturn it. Devin Murrigan, SABC News, Johannesburg.